Well, it's a speech that the Premier gives every year, but today it felt more like the unofficial start of the May provincial election campaign. Premier Christy Clark came out swinging at the NDP when she spoke in Victoria at the Truck Loggers Association convention. Clark accuses the NDP of not being honest with you about how the party intends to govern British Columbia if it wins the election in May. CTV's Stephen Andrew has the story.
Premier Christy Clark knows she has a friendly audience.
We look forward to seeing you, really look forward to seeing you next year at the convention in Vancouver.
And it's clear Clark is willing to fight to keep her job to make that wish come true.
I am not frightened to stand up and say what I stand for, because that's why I ran for office.
The election is 4 months away, but Clark is already in campaign mode.
I'm not ashamed of the things that I believe in. I'm not ashamed to say what I stand for. And I'm not frightened of criticism.
Yesterday, the government announced measures to boost timber harvesting in coastal areas. Today, the Liberals put $5 million into a fund to provide financial protection for forest contractors. The province also announced a deal with Ottawa for tax relief for the forest industry. Those initiatives and Clark's speech could be signs of how the Liberals will paint the NDP in the lead-up to the May election.
Refusing to be honest with the public about where you stand on issues is going to be, at some point, a serious liability for the opposition.
Well, firstly, I think Ms. Clark will say whatever she can with 116 days to election day to try and change the channel. We've been talking about policy changes for a considerable period of time.
And the Liberals will get some help to change the channel when $1 million of third-party attack ads hit radio and TV next week. It remains to be seen whether that will be enough to convince voters to forget issues such as the HST. But it's clear the Liberals know they need to get their message out that they are the only party to keep the economy on track. To do that, they are looking for campaign donations anywhere they can, even dispatching cabinet ministers to Alberta.
When people donate to my party, what they're doing is expressing their belief that we're providing good government, and they'd like to see good government continue.
Clark must now convince people living in BC to do the same thing. Stephen Andrew, CTV News, Victoria.